Right, these are the main areas that you should remember. Number one is our lesson is economic system, lamai. Economic systems. Okay, the lamai. The number one is lamai. You should be able to define what economic system is. Okay, the lamai. Economic system. The number one definition, very simple lama, economic system is the well-established mechanism to solve basic economic problems lama. That's called economic system, simple. And the next point is lama, definition. Second one is lamai, categorization of economic system based on different criteria. Mainly there are three criteria lamai. Okay, plus two are critical. Okay, what are the criteria lamai? Resource ownership,
Property allocation mechanism.
What?
Property allocation mechanism.
Profit allocation,
Property, sir.
resource allocation mechanism. Resource allocation mechanism. Property ownership, resource allocation mechanism. Third one is incentives. Okay, the lamai. These are the three criteria. Actually, there are four. Okay, but mainly we use three criterias. Plus two are very critical. That is the point, right? Yeah. Definition. Then lamai, classification of economic systems. Classification. Okay, the lamai. Third one is lamai. Based on this classification, we can in your level we can recognize mainly. We can say four economic system. Mainly three. First one is traditional economic system. Traditional. Okay. Second one is lamai market economic system. This very heavy lamai. Market, pre-market economic system. Pre-market. Third one is lamai planned economic or command economic system. The last one is the mixed economic system. Okay, the lamai. Now we have already completed traditional part. Market economy last day we completed. Today lamai I'm going to start planning economic system, plan or command economic system lamai. Command economic system. Puta, every economic system, these three basically, right? You should remember number one, characteristics. Characteristics or properties. Second one is lamai, the how to solve basic economic problems. Example lamai, in a market economic system, Dipna, they use different method to solve basic economic problem, basically price mechanism. Okay, then the way of solving, right? Basic economic problems. Third one is lamai, we can say advantages and disadvantages. Okay, the lamai. Nothing is perfect lamai. Every economic system has its own advantages and disadvantages. Okay, this is the areas you should know lamai. Today I'm going to start planning. Okay, the lamai. Right. This is the structure of this lesson, right? Okay. Here we go. right? Plan economic system, plan or command economic, right? Command economic system is an organized system. Yes, it's well organized like market economic system. In solving basic economic question, yes, they also solve basic economic problems through, this is the important part, Lamai. Through what? What is the mechanism they use? Commands given by a central plan authority. Central plan authority means government, Lamai. Okay, there is well established government institute called Central Plan Authority, CPRA. Okay, the Lamai. Basic economic problems are solved by what? Solved through commands given by a central plan authority. Commands. Look at the word, Lamai. Commands. Okay, commands. Not like signals, Lamai. Like price mechanism. No. Here, commands, Lamai. Something legal. Okay, the Lamai. And tough rules and regulation. Okay, but when it comes to free market economic system, not commands, Lamai. Okay, command given by a central plan authority or certain authorization person. It is characteristics by highlight, Lama. The main point is public ownership of resources. Okay, the government owns, right? The more factors of production, Lama, especially entrepreneurship, capital, and land. Okay, labor belongs to normal people, Lama, because people should have something, at least one factor of production to earn something, Lama. Otherwise, how do they earn? Last day I told you, if you want to earn, you have to sell factors of production at a price which is determined by market demand and supply forces at factor market. Okay, so when it comes to this economic system, Lamai, labor is owned by individuals, not the government. Okay, all other factors of production belong to government. Okay, the Lamai. So households have only one the source of income. What is that? Wage, salary. Okay, the Lamai. Right. North Korea, Cuba, former Soviet Union, former, not now, are examples of countries that have had command economies. At the time of writing this text, command economies like China, Russia, Iran have shifted towards more economic freedom. Yes, Uta, many economies are in the process of shifting, right? Even China, earlier, they were command economic system. They had been using command economic system, but now they are in the process of shifting from command to free market because of searching some kind of freedom, Lamai, right? Towards more economic freedom, right? Because human, right? Naturally, Lamai, we need freedom. We don't like commands. Okay, the Lamai. So as we discussed last day, command economic system, sorry, market economic system is, there's a freedom, right? So towards more freedom, while North Korea, Venezuela, Cuba, Eritrea, and Republic of Congo remain economically depressed, China remained a command economy for decades. Yes, that's why I told you China had been using command economy for decades, Lamai, but not no anymore, right? Before transitioning to a mixed economy that features both communist and capitalist elements, communist and capitalist. China is considered to be, yes, Lamai, socialist cap market economic system. I'll explain this point later on, not social market. Right. Yeah. Uta, have you seen this ever? Right? Have you seen these photos? Yeah, you can see this. V.I. Lenin. Have you ever heard Lamai? V.I. Lenin, Karl Marx. All of the Lamai. Nikamatari. Alana?
Yes, in
Oh,
history.
yeah. Karl Marx. Okay, the Lamai. Then leaders of, we can say, search. This has nice history, Lamai, right? Mm, I can't remember, Lamai. There's a great leader, not V.I. Lenin. Fidel Castro was in Cuba. Mm, Putha, this economics, there are two sides, right? Number one, Putha, Adam Smith. To which there are mainly, there are two economic, these are ideologies. Economic ideologies. Okay? At the word, yes, economic ideologies. Okay, the world has two parts. Can't you see the screen now? No. Screen mean the thing I'm sharing? No.
No, sir.
Oh.
Now okay, sir.
And what I need to say, Lamai, these are ideologies. Ideologies mean two different concepts, beliefs. So, put Adam Smith and David Ricardo, Milton Fried, these are like main economists, right? Then these economists belong to capitalist part, USA, America, British. Okay, especially Adam Smith. Totally, he admires the capitalist ideas, demand and supply process. Okay, when it comes to communist, mainly lamai V.I. Lenin, Karl Marx lamai. Karl Marx is a big man. Okay, in communist economic system. With the economics, our subject, there are two parts. Okay, the theory is given by Adam Smith side, I mean this capitalist side, and theories of communist side. But unfortunately, Lamai, we pay our attention on only this capitalist system, how capitalist system works. Okay, the Lamai, but there is a hidden part, economic theories and ideologies and the different theory for communist economics, Lamai. Okay, I mean the what introduced by Karl Marx. Okay, the lamai. But even myself, lamai, I have never learned this communist economics. It's a different. Okay, the lamai. We discuss just some points, lamai, characteristics of communists. Okay, the lamai. In Sri Lanka also we can see these two groups. Okay, the lamai. Like Ranil Wickramasinghe. So totally he belongs to which category, Sanuli? Communist or capitalist?
Communist?
Ranil Wickramasinghe capitalist පුතා. බලන්න රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මොකක් කපාවා එකට ආපු ගමන් එයා මොකද කරන්නේ ඇමරිකාවට නේද යන්නේ ගොඩාක් වෙලා. Right? America, UK, British. Okay, the lamai. He admires he believe trust economic system. Trust mean free market economic system. Okay, the lamai. Okay. Anyway, I really appreciate your answers. Doesn't matter whether it's correct or wrong. Right? Then this Ranil Wickramasinghe regime, then Mahinda Rajapaksa regime, normally they belong to capitalist category, especially Ranil Wickramasinghe lamai. Right? Okay, then this JVP lamai, Somawansha Amarasinghe, Hanuru Kumar Disanayaka. They were pure, communist from Russia, Rohana Vijayveera. Okay, the lamai. But up to 2013, okay, the lamai, they couldn't get the power. Okay, and they couldn't spread these ideas to people. They were not successful, lamai. Then what they did was, lamai, they changed ideologies. Okay, the group of this Anuru Kumar Disanayak and JVP group, lamai, they change ideologies. Now they use like a mixed strategy, communist plus this market. Okay, the lamai. Now they try to attract foreign investment. Okay, they encourage private sector investment. Okay, the lamai. These strategies belong to capitalist. Okay, the lamai. But I need to say in 2013-14, they changed ideologies, lamai. Okay, that's why my point is that's why they won the presidential election, and they established the strong government. Okay, the lamai, because of this change, I believe. Okay, the lamai. So what I need to say, these are two ideologies. All countries or people in the world believe or belong to these two ideologies. Okay, the lamai. Example, American people, they hate this communist ideas. Okay, the lamai. Russian people, they hate capitalist ideas. Cuba. Okay, the lamai. ඔයාලා අහලා තියෙනවද ළමයි John F. Kennedy, one of American president. Okay, he was killed, assassinated by a person who had some communist ideas, ළමයි. Okay, the ළමයි. ඒ ෆිල්ම් එක පොඩ්ඩක් හොයන් බලන්න, මට මතක නැහැ නම මොකක්ද කියලා පොඩ්ඩක් සර්ච් කරලා බලන්න. The assassination of John F. Kennedy. Okay, the ළමයි, there's a nice film. Okay, then you can see the ideologies, ළමයි. These two, the gap differ, I mean conflicts between these two ideologies, communist and capitalist. You get the point, right? Okay, yeah, now we are talking about communist, Soviet Russia, Soviet Union. Okay, the lamai. Then Cuba. Okay, the lamai. I don't know whether you have even seen these books, the Russian books, lamai. Anyone, has anyone read Russian books? අර ළමයි, the best teacher, no, best teacher, අර ඒකට කියන්නේ සිංහලෙන් ගුරු ගීතය ළමයි. ඒක එහෙම කිව්වහම දන්නවා. The teacher,
Sir,
huh? Sorry, Daru. I cannot hear you.
Read.
You're dragging Sanu there. Okay, right. Right. අර බලන්න ළමයි ඒවා අරගෙන නිකන් කියවන්න ගොඩක් වෙලාවට අපි අර ඉංග්‍රීසි ඒවානේ ගොඩක් අරවත් ඉංග්‍රීසි තමයි මම කියන්නේ මේ පොඩ්ඩක් කමියුනිස්ට් අයිඩියාස් බලන්න ඔය මේ ගුරු ගීත එහෙම අරන් කියවන්න ළමයි ගුරු ගීත ටීචර්නේ ටීචර් ඊට පස්සේ මැක්සින් ගෝගේ අම්මානේ ඊට පස්සේ තව එකක් තියෙන ඔය මට මතක නෑ මාර රයිටර්ස් ළමයි රෂියාවල ඉන්නේ මම කියන හිටියේ දැන් නම් එහෙම නෑ ලොකුවට බලන්න එයාලගේ එතකොට වාට ඒවා හරි එකක් ගුරු ගීතය කියවන්න පොඩි පොතක් නේ හැබැයි තේරෙන්නේ නෑ අර රෂියන් ඒවානේ තියෙන්නේ සිංහල තිබුණත් ඒවා රෂියන් අමාරුයි තේරෙන්න that's good wonderful ඕකේද ළමයි එතකොට ඔයාලට හොඳට තේරෙනවා කොහොමද ගවර්න්මන්ට් එකේ ඉකොනොමි එක කන්ට්‍රෝල් කරන්නේ ඕකේද ළමයි the everything is done by the government ඕකේද ළමයි and there's no profit motive okay the lamai actually that's why this type of books right great literature books okay the lamai the great books were written during this time period lamai the reason is there's no profit motive objective the people were real okay the lamai I'm not the admiring communist system I mean like I'm talking about their literature and their society okay the lamai the family background okay the lamai read at least one lamai you can learn a lot okay if you read the teacher I think my opinion is you have to read minimum 5 times to understand something get the meaning get the idea okay the lamai at press on the spot you cannot understand right you might get something but it's not the correct sense okay the lamai but I need to say the final lamai these are two ideologies okay the lamai right and also lamai these two the category hate each other right okay good okay the lamai right then characteristics of command economic system number one is lamai all factors of production except labor but generally lamai we can say all factors of production are owned by the government but normally except labors lamai right belong to the state labor can be employed based on commands given by the government right this is a first one ownership the property ownership belongs to government except labor the first one second one basic economic questions are resolved through highlight lamai planning mechanism mean the commands given by the central planning authority okay the all economic problems are solved based on a plan right next one lamai a base main economic actors are the government and planning authority government and planning authority product entrepreneurs laborers and consumers these are the main economic parties in this economic system government is there yes government has a huge role big role okay and planning authority product entrepreneurs remember lamai these entrepreneurs also they are government okay the lamai labors URES right labor right you and consumers lamai these are the main parties main economic agents are induced what is mean by induced lamai motivated right or they are influenced by common benefits rather than self-interest. Okay, the lamai. Here the main point is self, not the self-interest, common benefits. They everyone, wants to do something for the society, not for themselves. Okay, rather than self-interest belongs to market economy. Okay, the lamai. Then business are not run to generate profit. There is little individual freedom. Yes, there is a little individual freedom, and there is no competition. No competition, lamai. Only government organization, government monopolies. Their monopoly means the industry is dominated by one firm. Here, only one government firm, like Sri Lankan Railway, lamai. Okay, these are the main characteristics of plan economic system. Okay, the lamai. Any doubt, lamai? Alana?
No, sir.
No. Right. Remember these characteristics. Then resolving how to solve basic economic problems. First one, what and what quantities to produce. Simple, lamai. This the resource, what and what quantities to produce mean resources are limited, but economy has to produce more goods and service. Then there should be a proper mechanism to allocate these limited resources among alternate users, lamai. Okay, in market economic system, this problem is solved by price mechanism. Okay, most profitable products are produced more. But here, lamai, read it, central planning makes decision on what and what quantities to produce. Remember, lamai, decisions are made by central planning authority, government, not the price mechanism. Allocation of resources is done by an announcement issued by Central Planning Authority (CPA) based on information on required goods and services. Government says, for this next year, 1,000 metric ton of rice should be produced, right? And 500 metric ton of milk powder, right? And this is the amount that we are going to allocate for military spending, like that. Okay, this is the part for resources for we can say education, healthcare. Okay, the lamai. Government makes decision, central plan authority. After deciding the field of production with amounts, after deciding the field, this means industries lamai of production with amounts, CPA informs the production unit. Production units are government lamai. Okay, and business firms about their decisions. The CPA then sets prices of goods and leave individuals to buy what they wish at state control prices lamai. Okay, read last point is nice. The CPA then sets the prices. Government sets prices lamai. Sanuli, how in market economic system, who sets prices lamai for goods and services?
Producers.
Oh my God, both consumers and producers, huh? Not only producer. Demand and supply forces, right? But in command economic system, government lamai. Okay, and people, they can buy products. I mean, what they wish at the state control prices. State control prices mean government sets a price. Example, 1 unit of rice can be sold at 220 rupees. It's a command, legal something. Okay, the lamai. මේ ගවර්න්මන්ට් එක තමයි ඔක්කොම කරන්නේ. මේක අමාරුයි ළමයි. ඇයි? මාර complicated මේ system එක. So how to decide prices for all goods and services ළමයි? In an economy ළමයි, it's simple. No. And also it creates so many inefficiencies. Especially information. How to get information. How we can predict. How can government predict the amount of rice or requirement of milk powder for next year exactly. Okay, Lama, then planning problems might occur. It's very inefficiency method. Okay, it's not effective, but I'm explaining how it happen in command economic systems. Lama. Second one, how to produce. Kalana, how I mean, how does market economic system solve this problem? How to produce? Can you remember? Doesn't matter. Give me some idea.
Selecting the most efficient production
Efficient
method.
production technique. Very good. Right? Doesn't matter whether it's labor intensive or capital intensive. They try to choose the least cost or most efficient production. Good. But when it comes to this economy, no such a mechanism. Methods of production are selected by CPA. CPA means government lamai. After decide what and what quantities to produce, CPA decides on suitable technology and what inputs to be used for production process by various industries, and CPA commands the industries to follow the technology they suggest. They suggest, not more than now. Every production unit has to follow government rules. Okay, the lamai. But normally in command economic system, they use labor intensive technique to generate more job opportunities, lamai, because government is responsible for the creating jobs. Okay, so in order to create more employment opportunities, normally government uh, normally, right, government usually uh, pays attention on labor intensive technique. But anyway, the final decision belong to the government, CPA. Okay, the lamai. Production units are state owned government enterprises and they follow CPA direction. Harima make hari inflexible lamai. This system is very inflexible. But market economic system is very flexible. According to signals given by price mechanism, prices or market, okay, they try to change their decisions. Very flexible, but this economic system is highly inflexible. Okay, the lamai. Read one book, at least one book, Russian book, then you can understand everything, lamai. Okay, right. For whom to produce, how to distribute final goods. Since resources belong to state, factor prices are determined by factor prices not determined by market process, demand and supply. උදාම labor, wage, salary ඔක්කොම decide කරන්නේ government එක by CPA. But when it comes to market economic system, the wages and factor prices are determined by who? Demand and supply forces. Factor market. But the wage rate, minimum wage rate, everything is set by the government in planned economic system, CPA. The distribution of products and income are largely set by CPA. Okay, the lamai. The government decides wage rates and prices of goods and services. And there are, highlight this point, lamai, there are no large disparities in income distribution. There are no large disparities. It doesn't mean that income distribution equal. No. Okay. There is some disparities mean lamai differences. There is, yes. But up to a certain level. Not like market economic system. And market economic system, distribution of income is unfair, totally unfair. But in this system, lamai, there are no large disparities. Okay. There are some, but it's not big. Puta, if income distribution is equal, what does it mean? Everyone earns same income. Is it practical, lama? Is it possible? Doctor, cleaner, driver, lecturer, everybody, everyone earns same income. It's not practical, lama. Based on your qualities or skills, there should be, the freedom to earn, right? The earnings, okay, what I need to say, it should be changed, right? There should be some differences in wages, income. There should be some income. There should be an income. Sorry, the disparities in income distribution, but it's not like market system. Understand? Okay, and social needs and requirements are this point also very important, Lamai. Social needs and requirements are prioritized. Okay, priorities of CPA and CPA when addressing this issue. Okay, the Lamai. Social needs, especially education, healthcare. Okay, the Lamai. These social requirements are given the priority. And also, Lamai, this system has a nice plan. But when it comes to market economic system, social needs, okay, and this, especially this, non-profit, unprofitable sides are not given priorities. Doesn't matter. Example, Lamai, last day I told you education and healthcare are not provided up to the suitable level, sufficient level. There's a big problem in market economic system, but when it comes to plan economic system, social needs and requirements are prioritized, given the priority. Okay, the Lamai. That's a good point, positive point in this economy. Okay, the Lamai. Look at the board. I will whiteboard. Put the goods and services that you can buy. Goods and services that one individual can buy depends on two factors. Number one, your income, nominal income. Goods and services that people can buy depends on two factors. Number one, nominal income, in how much you earn. Second one is Lamai, price level. Prices of goods and service. Assume Lamai, the one there's an individual earning 1,000 rupees. Just imagine Lamai, this is nominal income. Okay, the Lamai. Price of one rice unit is 200 rupees. This is the price. Then how many units can they buy? 5 kilos, Lamai. 5 kilos of rice. This is called purchasing power, or the number of units that can buy, right? 5 kilos. This is called purchasing power, right? So purchasing power can be calculated nominal income divided by price level, Lamai. Okay. The number of goods and services that you can buy, okay, directly affects your living standard, Lama. If you can afford more goods and services, you can have a luxury life, I mean comfortable life, right? If you cannot more goods and services from your income, then your living standard is low. Then what I need to say, Lamai, when it comes to plan economic system, Lamai, prices of goods and services decided by or set by the government, CPA, and also Lamai, wage rate also set by the government. Okay, the Lamai. And government decides, doctor can earn 100,000 or 200,000 per month. This is the salary. Government decides it, right? And all prices of goods and services as well, Lamai. 1 unit of rice should be sold at 200 rupees or 250. Then you can say, Lamai, the number of units that people can buy basically depends on the CPA directions lamai, because both nominal income and price level are set by the government though. So this final, the goods and services that you can afford, that people can afford, depends on the decided by the government. But when it comes to free market economic system, lamai, nominal income is determined by demand and supply forces at labor factor market. Prices of goods and services are determined by demand and supply forces of goods and service market. So here no government involvement, but here totally depends on government. Did you get the point now? Punara, Kalana?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, Advantages of command economic system. These are the advantages, Lamai. No economic system is perfect. Every economic system has advantages and disadvantages. These are the advantages of a command economic. Number one, central planning body can direct nations' resources with specific national goals, Lama. Yes, that's a good positive point. Central planning body can direct the nation's resources with specific national goals, because government plans everything. Okay, the resources are allocated according to a plan. Okay, the Lama, especially social needs and social requirements. Second one, the unemployment problem could be avoided. No unemployment problem because Lamai, everyone is given a job by the government, right? Planning process which can guarantee full employment. Full employment mean Lamai, all, I mean, all people, like all people mean like age between like maybe 18 to 64, 65, working age population. Okay, they are at work. Okay, no unemployment. Then fair distribution of income and wealth. It doesn't mean that everyone earns same. No, fair distribution. There is a gap, but it's not much. It's a big gap. Okay, the Laman. Next one, government involvement to overcome market failure and inequality. Okay, the Laman. And social repercussion of negative externalities can be avoided. Can you remember negative externalities, Lama? Externalities mean positive or negative impacts on third parties. Okay, third parties which are not directly involved with consumption and production activity. Lama. Okay, so negative, especially environmental pollution. What else, Lama? Air pollution. These negative externalities can be avoided. Okay, the Lamai. But when it comes to market economic system, Lamai, this a negative externalities is a common one. Okay, the Lamai. Last one, price stability, because prices are controlled by the government, Lamai. Okay, no, I mean, the example I told you that last day, I am not mistaken, Russia, okay, there was 1% inflation rate for 5 years. Wonderful. That much of price stability there. Why? Government decides everything, right? But when it comes to market economic system, Lamai, price stability actually is not there, right? There are so many fluctuations in price level. Today one price, tomorrow another price, because prices are set by or decided by, determined by market demand. Okay, the Lamai, price stability. These are the advantages. Okay, there are disadvantages as well, Lamai. Number one, drawbacks related to organizational and coordination, Lamai. There are so many coordination problems, because how to coordinate an economy, by one organization. So complicated. So coordination problems might occur, collapse of standard control. Okay, the lama. Ismi lama goods and services. Yes, this government organization can produce, but sometimes the quality is not there because no any the self interest lama. Kuda in nature. Okay, we need to do something for ourselves. Okay, the lama. Example kuda if you assume you work somewhere, then if you're asked to work 2 hours additional, I mean more than normal working hours, assume 8 hours lamai, then company asks you to work 2 more hours lamai. Okay, the lamai. Then you will be working if you are given 40 or something lamai. Okay, and then you will work. Okay, then you will say, okay, boss, I'll work 2 hours because you know this is just called self-interest lamai. Okay, you are willing to work, you are willing to do something if you are given some benefits. But if someone asks, Uta, come tomorrow and there is a program in the environment or to do something, right? It's for the society, it's for the government. Okay, no any personal benefit. Okay, come tomorrow, right? Normally you are not going lamai. Why? The reason is lamai. That is the human nature, even myself lamai. Okay, if I don't have, if I'm not given some benefit to myself, mm, 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 I don't like. Okay, the lamai. But I need to say this social welfare or doing something for the society does not motivate people. Lamai. That's why in this economic system they use commands, lamai. Okay, the lamai. Commands have to be used here. Why? Because there's no self-interest motive. People don't like to work. Then government use command. Well, go and work. If not, you can go to the court and or jail or something. That is a way, right? Next one, insufficient incentives. Yes, motivations are not enough. Environmental degradation. It's like a pollution. Okay, the lamai. Next one, price control leads shortage and surpluses. This economic system, price controls are very common. Price control mean lamai, shortage of goods arise. I'll explain price control separate lesson. Okay, the lamai. Individual liberty is mean freedom is limited in making economic choices. No freedom. Collecting and analyzing information for planning purposes is complex and complicated, as I told you. For example, government agencies usually have poor information about what to produce. Poor information, lamai, poor information or lack of information, they make the wrong decision. Okay, sometimes resources may be wasted. Okay, the rice requirement is 1,000 metric tons, but assume government produces 1,500 and waste excess supply. Okay, next one, lama, is central plan may reflect uh, preferences of planners rather than society's want, lama. That's I told you, no freedom there, right? They never consider what individuals or people want or society wants. Okay, they produce goods and services based on their preferences. Okay, next one, lamai, undesirable politicization and bureaucracy. This means lamai illegal and rules and regulations are tough, like Sri Lankan government organization lamai. If you want to register your own business lamai in Sri Lanka, it takes months and months. Okay, the lamai, that much of bureaucracy. and the political influences there. Okay, undesirable politicization and bureaucracy. Okay, the lamai. These are the disadvantages of marketing. That's why lamai, many economic system, okay, who were using plan economic system are in the process of shifting from plan to free market economic system because of this inefficiency. Okay, right. Any doubt? Lamai, any doubt? Alana, Dipna?
No, sir.
Then lamai, let's do one past paper question lamai before moving to mixed economic system. Can you see the screen lamai? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. 2016, this question, we'll do it. Second one, 2016 plus question number 2. In what ways does a free market economy differs from centrally planned economy? Right? Make your own answer. Simple lamai. I mean, they ask the differences between these two, central plan and market economic system. 4 marks given. No need to explain. Right? In what ways does the free market economy differs from centrally planned economy? And lamai, here there is an important question. The question is lamai, why private property and protection of property rights so critical to success of market economy lamai? Okay, last day I explained you this point lamai. Okay, if private property ownerships are not protected, if private property ownerships are not well established, market economic system won't work lamai. Okay, I'll give the answer for last one, but you can make your own answer first. Okay, the lamai, according to our knowledge lamai. Okay, maybe your answer is given 1 mark or 2 marks, doesn't matter. Do something according to your knowledge. Make mistakes. I want you to make mistakes. Don't try to be perfect. Right? Okay, I'll give you, first one is simple. In what ways does free market economy differ from centrally planned economy? 4 marks. If you want, you can use a table lamai, having 2 columns, one side free market, other side central plan, or you can use or explain differences paragraph wise. Okay, Milamai. when explaining lamai differences, you can say or property ownership, it differs. Then lamai the mechanism of solving basic economic problems, the motivation method, competition, economic freedom, whether income distribution is fair or unfair, right? You can say any four differences lamai between these. You need more time lamai. Alana?
Need time, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I sent my answer.
Okay, okay. I got Sanulivan and Dipna. Freedom of choice, individual liberties limit. Competitive market, no competition. Price based on Kuta, what did you mean by price based on investment? Price based on investment, third point, Dipna? I'm just asking.
Price is allocated by the producers.
Price or resources? What do you want to say? It's okay.
Price is not.
Yeah, it's okay. Huh? Sorry, Daru? Yes, Dipna.
Price is unstable in free market.
Prices are stable,
Unstable.
unstable. Uta, you can say we use last day the beautiful word that is called macroeconomic instability. Market economic system, we can say there is macroeconomic instability. Macroeconomic instability means more price fluctuations. Okay, sometimes sudden unemployment. That's better. Okay, you can say when in market economic system, right? Macroeconomic instability. Others remember the word macroeconomic instability is common. When it comes to planned economic system, we can say there is macroeconomic stability, like no inflation, no unemployment, like that. Okay, the lamai. You get the point, Ipna? Your point also somewhat okay, but you could have used some technical words.
Okay, sir.
Okay. At the third point and write down macroeconomic instability. In market, command lamai, no such a macroeconomic instability points like high rate of inflation, sudden unemployment, like. Okay, Kalana, good. Puta, try to answer second part also, second question. First one, okay. Anuli. Decision based on self-interest. Use of price mechanism. Use of planning mechanism for what? To solve basic economic problems. Consumers have, producers have freedom. Limited freedom, yes. Limited government involvement. No, you can say limited government on involvement. In command economic system, government involvement is higher than market economic system. Okay, less government involvement, more government involvement. That's enough. Yeah, others are okay. Punara. Private property, yes. Resources are owned by the government. Freedom is in greater level. No freedom at all. Limited role for the government. Everything depends on. There's a competition. There's no competition. So that say something about this resource allocation mechanism, price mechanism, and planning mechanism. Okay, the lamai, right? Good. Then I'll show you. So that these are the main differences. Number one, pre-market economic system, private property ownership, centrally planned, public. Pre-market, private enterprise, planned economic system, public enterprise. Price mechanism, planning mechanism. People are induced by self-interest. People are induced by social welfare or something, not profit motive. High competition, low competition. Role of the government is limited. Role of the government is high. Okay, the lamai. Then you can say something economic freedom and macroeconomic instability. And also lamai, equality, the income distribution pattern, whether is it fair or unfair, you can say so. These are the main points. I'll share the screen for second question. Right, Lamai, this is the answer for second question. You cannot make an answer like this, but try to include these points, Lamai, in your answer. Okay. Right. Can you see the screen, Lama? This Word document.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Question asked in Lamai. What is question asked? Why property ownership is so critical, right? Correct. In market economic system. Why is property and protection of property rights so critical to success of the market economic system? Right? Okay. This answer, the main pillars of market economic systems are private property, private enterprise, self-interest, and freedom to choice. This means, Lamai, the first paragraph, okay, provides a little introduction to market economic system, okay, giving some characteristics. Property rights property rights mean these are the property rights. Lamai. You have a right for property rights. Number one, individuals or firms have to exclusive use of their property, including right to buy or sell it. If you have property right, Lama, you can buy or you can sell it at any time. Assume if you have a own land, Lama, you can sell it at any price, especially at a higher price. Okay, the Lama. And if you want, Lama, you can exchange your property with someone else. But if you don't have property, Lama, if you have rented house, Lama, if you have rented land, can you sell it at a higher price? Oh my God. Okay, the Lama. You will be given lifetime prison. Right. Markets work only if property rights are enforced. Markets work. I think it's better to take a screenshot, Lama. Don't try to write down the answer. Listen me carefully. What I'm explaining. A farmer won't grow food if he expects his crop to be stolen. Okay, the Lamai. Okay. If property rights are not well enforced, production of goods and services will be reduced. No motivation, Lamai. Okay. Next one, Lamai. Property rights facilities trade and exchange. Specialization is central to wealth of the societies, and exchange is necessary to realize that gain from a specialization in market economies. Exchange typically takes place in markets. Yes, Lamai. The exchange process takes place in the market. Why do you go to the market, Lamai? To exchange something. Buy goods and services mean exchanging. So exchange take place in markets, and recognition and enforcement of property rights is indispensable. It's mean unavoidable, right? For individuals exchanging one thing for another. Example, Lamai, if you buy a marker pen or laptop from Aban, okay, the Lamai, after paying money, after settling the payment, okay, the Lamai, then you can receive property rights, Lamai. Now this laptop belongs to me. Okay, the Lamai. Okay, after the transaction, I'm the owner. You have that confidence, Lama. You should have that confidence in the pre-market economic system. If not, you never buy something, Lamai, from someone else. Okay, the Lamai. This is a very you can say an unavoidable thing in market economic system. Lamai. There should be property rights. Then exchange won't happen. Right? If people don't have property rights, okay, or if people cannot have property rights, okay, for goods and services or properties or for resources, then they are more demotivated to purchase something, to exchange something. Okay, the lamai. Then markets won't work. Next one, lamai. A stable property rights are necessary for accumulation of resources in the form of capital by private citizens. Thus, economic growth, there is little incentive to save resources for later if it is anticipated that these savings will be appropriated by others ළමයි. Saving කියන්නේ මාර අමාරුයි ළමයි නේ. Saving means ළමයි you have to sacrifice your present consumption. තේරුණාද? ඒක මාර decision එකක් නේ ළමයි. හැබැයි ඔයා හිතනවා නම් මේ savings මට හම්බ වෙන්නේ නැහැ. One day yes I can save but someone else come and withdraw my savings, then what is the point of saving ළමයි? No any incentive to save. No saving mean ළමයි no investment. Can you remember the lesson? No investment mean economic growth. No economic growth. Right? There's a little incentive to save resources for later use if it is anticipated that these savings will be appropriated by others. Okay, the lamai. The market failure may result because of absence of well-defined private property resources area. Okay, the lamai. The best example බලන්න මේ natural resources lamai. Beach, Singaraj forest, maybe especially natural resources lamai. Okay, so these natural resources we can say overutilization. People try to use them over and over again lamai. Okay, especially beaches lamai, right? Plastico and polythene, my god lamai. Okay, they dispose more polythene, people dispose polythene and garbage to the sea. Sri Lanka is I think world fifth country, fifth place, this country which the disposes more garbage to the sea. Okay, the lamai. Within next few years lamai you won't be able to eat fish. Okay, the lamai. Fishermen can catch not fish, plastic bottles and polythene. Okay, the lamai. Puta, why everyone disposes garbage, everything to the sea? Why? Then do you allow people to come and dispose garbage to your garden or to your land? Tanuli, Anuradhapura, if all people start coming and disposing garbage to your land, do you allow it?
No, sir.
No, why? This is your land. You have property ownership, Lama. You can say, no, don't come here. This is not the dustbin. It's my property. You cannot do that. But what about beach? Is there any proper owner? No, then everyone disposes garbage to the and cutting trees, Lama. Assume Kalanas, there's a tree, big mango tree or jackfruit tree in the garden. Okay, then this is owned by you or your family. Can someone come and cut your tree? No, don't allow, never ever. You can take some legal action. But what about the Singaraja forest or illegally people try to cut and destroy these resources? Why? There's no proper owner. That's why I told you. Property ownership is important. Right? Market failure may result because of absence of well-defined private property resource area. This leads to overutilization. Best example, natural resources. Coastal areas in Sri Lanka. Common ownership fails to create, yes. Common ownership fails to create an incentive for people to produce and consume amount that is best for the society. මං කිව්වේ ළමයි කවදාවත් එහෙම මේ සොසයිටි එකට එහෙම මේ අපි එක හරි අමාරුයි ළමයි ටිකක් අර අපේ මයින්ඩ් එකට දෙන්න මම කියන එක තේරෙනවද කොහොමත් අර අපි කියන්නේ අපි ටිකක් selfish හැබැයි මෙහෙමයි ළමයි they can finally say every success of every economic system depends on education and we can say yes how educated people are. Best example lamai Finland, Norway, Switzerland. These are the best countries in the world. They use type of market economic system lamai. Okay, the lamai. But there is no problem. There's no overutilization of resources. There's no traffic congestion. There's no crime. Well, peaceful countries lamai. Why? People are educated lamai. Okay, whatever economic system is introduced for Sri Lanka lamai, I think it won't work lamai. Reason is more than 85% na babalos. That's a truth. Okay, the lamai. The success of the economic system or whatever depends on how people think and their level of education. Finland so Norway mean education are wonderful lamai. Okay, strong people there, knowledgeable, educated people. For any economic system, work out for them. They use different economic systems, type of mix, but it belongs to market system, not the market system, not the free market system, fully pure free market, but it type of free market, but peaceful. Okay, the lamai and nicely planned economies. Okay, right. Common ownership fails to create an incentive. In our side, lamai, we can say yes. Common ownership, lamai, to protect something for society, it doesn't work out, lamai. Okay, the lamai, no incentives to protect something for the society. We have incentives to protect something for ourselves, even myself. Okay, the lamai, people to produce and consume the amount that is best for the society. Did you get the point, lamai? Punara?
Yes, sir.
Now here, remember, lamai, mainly property ownership is very important. Number one is for trade and exchange, because markets are market of price mechanism plays significant role in market economic system, especially markets, factor market, and goods and service market. Okay, exchange take place in these markets, lamai. Okay, remember, if people property rights are not well established or enforced, this exchange won't take place, lamai. No exchange mean market system, the entire system doesn't work out. Other main point is, lamai, savings, investment, these are motivated. Okay, these are okay induced by private property ownership, lamai. Okay, other main one is, lamai, we can reduce property market failure, especially overutilization of natural resources. There is proper property ownership. Okay, in a place where there's no such specific property ownership, okay, the lamai, resources can be overutilized, because this common ownership, common goal fails to create an incentive for people to produce, or we can say protect resources. Okay, the lamai, this is a summary of the question, the answer, summary of the answer this question. And first paragraph, it explains common characteristics of free market economy. Any doubt, lamai? Do you need more time? Sanuli, Kalana? Tell me, Puta.
No, sir.
Right. Right. I can say Lamai 80% of this lesson completed. Okay, the Lamai. Our last part is mixed economic system Lamai. Okay. We can do a small part mixed economic. Puta do all past papers, right? So you can learn a lot. Now you can do the press question. I mean, press 20 mark question, fully question, the full question, you can do it. Right. Put the last one is the mixed economic system. Mixed economic system means it's the combination of price mechanism and planning mechanism. Okay, the lamai. Free market mean we know that the price mechanism is used to solve basic economic problems. In plan economic system or command economic system, they use planning mechanism. Mix mean lamai both. Simple. Right? Put a star mark and write down lamai mixed economic system. It is an economic system. Write down economic system in which economic system in which both price mechanism and planning mechanism. Okay, mixed economic system. So it's a economic system in which both price mechanism and planning mechanism. Planning mechanism are used to solve basic economic problems. Basic economic problems. Basic economic. Puta, you can use the property ownership as well. You can say it's the economic system in which properties are owned by both private sector and public sector. But can say, but this is more natural. Lamai. This is technically perfect definition for mixed economy. Right? Normally, we can recognize mixed economic system based on these two. I mean, price mechanism. This is the main character, right, in a mixed economic system. This is better than the resource ownership. Yeah, resources also belong to two parties, but this is better. Okay, the lamai. Price mechanism and planning mechanism. Both are used to solve basic economic problems. Right. Okay, lamai. I'll do characteristics and government part next day. Okay, Friday. Friday lamai, we can say 1 hour is enough to complete lesson. Then next the other 1 hour will be allocated for turns. Then next Sunday lamai, you will be given a new lesson. That's demand and supply. Punara, you have been learning demand and supply everything quite the more 4 months. If you feel, I don't know, you want to come, you can come. Not, you can use this 2 hours for your studies. What are you going to do?
I will join for the first part, since I watched them through the recordings.
Okay. Okay. Right. It's up to you. Okay, Lamai, that's enough today. Thank you for coming even today is Friday. Right. See you on Friday. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Record.